For richer, for poorer.
For richer, for poorer.
From spring training to postseason.
From spring training to postseason.
Till Dodgers do us part. Welcome, everybody, to the official first episode of Till Dodgers Do Us Part. I'm Neil.
I'm Amy.
And our little podcast here is about three things. First of all, it's about our favorite baseball team in the whole wide world, the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Go Dodgers.
It is also about sports couple dynamics. So we're going to explore matters related to what it's like to be fans of the same team, what it's like to be married to somebody who's a fan of the same team, what it's like to be married to a fan of a different team. But we'll explore all of that through the course of this lovely journey we're going to take together. And the third thing is the fact that I am not as much of a Dodger fan as you are. So
that could be a lot of the podcast.
That's weird.
That's an interesting part of the story, honestly.
I've been a fan for over 50 years.
Yeah.
And now, of course, obviously, if we're talking about historical references, I got you beat.
Oh,
but
1,000%.
when it comes to the current
1,000%.
stuff, you pay a lot more of attention. You pay a lot. Listen to me. That was great English.
Right.
You pay a lot more attention on a regular basis than I do.
That's true.
Which I find humbling and sexy at the same time.
I will say, though, that I feel like you came around a bit more last season. I think just the excitement of the back-to-back World Series and maybe my relentless spewing of facts about things that you didn't know.
Relentless spewing of facts.
About the players that you couldn't help but just know those things because I wouldn't shut up about it. So that could be.
Yeah. Like, for example, this week when Kike Hernandez and Max Muncy posted pictures of their new babies. What's the first I heard from across the room? I heard, "Oh my God, Neil, did you look at the picture of Kike with his new baby?"
Santi.
It sounded,
Santiago.
sounded
Santiago
just like
Jose.
that too. Wow.
That's
Have you bought a gift yet for them?
Not yet.
God, I feel like you may have, probably at this point. All right. So as I said before, this podcast is about our team, the Dodgers. And we knew starting at this point in the preseason, we were going to be in the throes of the World Baseball Classic. So I think it's appropriate for us to start by talking about the World Baseball Classic. I'm going to confess that I haven't watched as much of the WBC as I would have liked. I have been able to catch a few games, start to finish. Like last night, we were at a local establishment and we watched Italy kick Mexico's butt, which was a little bit surprising to me. But ultimately, Italy's on a roll.
Yeah,
man, it's unbelievable. And depending on where you are in life, it was either the most American thing ever, or it was just in general the dumbest thing ever of Mark DeRosa, the manager of the U.S. team, just being like, you know what? We got this in the bag. We don't have to worry about Italy. And then at some point, I don't know, like the 7th or 8th, and they're like, oh, crap, we'd better try to win this because if we don't, there's a chance we might not make it out of pool play.
Well, they forgot that there's a run differential. It's like, did you have, it's been a while since you've been a travel ball coach. I get it. But still,
Right. Yeah.
Pool play is pool play. And I know this tournament's only once every 3 years, but if you're going to manage the team for the entire country, you should probably know what the rules are.
Yeah,
before you actually get into the actual tournament.
That was pretty funny. So I have some notes here because I'm old and I need notes. But a couple of things I wanted to point out was, first of all, I think this is the first time that Canada has made it to the knockout round.
Oh, maybe.
Or as we like to call it, the elimination round or the single bracket, whatever you want to call it.
Quarterfinals.
The quarterfinals,
Yeah.
yes. It's the single bracket now. So it's called the knockout round. That sounds kind of cool. I like knockout round.
I didn't know it was called that.
Because Mama said knock you out.
Well, it's single elimination the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, but that's too many syllables. Single elimination. Just knockout. Knockout. I like that.
That's so aggressive.
It's the knockout round.
Such an American aggressive term.
Oh, no. They call it the knockout round around the world. We're the ones that call it single elimination bracket.
Whatever.
So there you go. Anyway,
Okay.
But Canada's in. Let's see who else is in.
Korea.
The Korea made it.
Korea.
Dominican Republic made it. Let me see.
Japan.
I should look at my notes here and just actually do what my notes say.
Japan. The United States.
Japan's playing Venezuela. That's going to be
Italy,
fun.
Venezuela,
Yep.
Korea,
And
Canada,
the other team.
and
USA's playing Canada. That's going to be a
yes.
good game.
Yeah.
And no Freddie Freeman for the Canadians. Sorry, guys. Sorry. So, yeah, I think, and if you look at some of the Dodgers who are playing, because this is a Dodgers podcast, by the way, so we are talking about the Dodgers. Obviously, we know about Shohei Ohtani. He's tearing it up. He's just absolutely insane.
Yamamoto also
he's
doing really amazing.
I mean, he hasn't pitched a ton, and not that he's going to, but yeah, it's been actually pretty crazy. So yeah. He's done well. Will Smith obviously has done well for Team USA, as we expected him to.
Yes.
Haesung Kim, or Kim Haesung, if you're going to use the proper Korean naming convention, he's had a home run.
Yeah, he has a minor hand injury, but they recently said that it's nothing to be concerned about. So that was
better
good news,
say that,
because we don't need to start having another person on the IL.
Yeah, we talked about Yamamoto,
yes,
and obviously Edwin Diaz has done well. He's had 5 strikeouts in a couple of innings, so he's doing well.
I do want to talk about the fact that tomorrow night, the U.S.-Canada, that could be Kershaw's last time pitching ever.
That will be his first time ever. Or excuse me, Les, did I just say that?
Yes,
we're gonna edit
it's the
that.
last time.
We're gonna edit that out. That's fine. It's the last time. So this will be
the real last time.
Yeah,
because it was the last time, and then it was the last time, and then it was
the last time. So yeah, he is gonna, his final time he'll play is tomorrow in the quarterfinal against Canada, and then afterwards, Joe Ryan from the Twins is going to take his spot.
Right.
But yeah, I wasn't too I'm not too surprised about it.
No.
Kersh is done. Just seriously, just walk off into the sunset. Well, he's going to walk into the broadcast booth because he's going to be working with NBC now.
And I'm excited. I think the times that he's been on, when he puts on the headphones and when he's not pitching and they do some on-screen or in-game interviews or whatever, I think he's got a really good take on the game, and he might be a little rough at first, but I think he's going to polish up nicely and really. And between him and Joey Votto and
Joey Votto's going to be great, by the way.
Anthony Rizzo, the three of them are all going into
Rizzo,
broadcast.
Votto, and Kershaw.
Right. That's going to be great. They're going to have some really good insights. And, Votto's just got the best personality of, he's just really funny. Is. So it'll be good. It'll be good.
There have been a couple of great storylines from the World Baseball Classic, which this is what it's all about, right? Like this is when you have these amateurs who play for their country, or they don't play very often, but they play on this huge international stage now. Yeah. And they're going up against Gold Glove winners, Cy Young winners, batting champions, right? Like the big one, to me, the best story. Yeah. Well, there's 2 stories. I'll start with the other one first. The first one was that 17-year-old kid, what's his name? Joseph Contreras. He goes to high school in Georgia. He plays high school baseball. And he played for Team Brazil in the World Baseball Classic. He has to face Aaron Judge. Can you imagine?
No big deal.
That's just, seriously. Well, here's the thing: the kid was throwing in the mid-90s on the regular, so that's pretty damn good. That's
impressive for that age.
And he actually got Aaron Judge to ground into a double play. So this kid, I mean, you want to talk about your ticket getting punched, man. He gets up there. Those couple of innings he pitched in the World Baseball Classic is what's going to get him into the show someday. Yeah, he's going to be a major leaguer in a couple of years. Now, of course, his dad is a major leaguer, Jose Contreras. So so it's not a huge surprise.
He's not some. What rock did this guy crawl out from?
Yeah, he wasn't.
He's got some genetics going for him.
He's not some kid. Yeah, he's had some training, but still, it doesn't matter. 17-year-old. And what happened afterwards, after pool play was done and Brazil was eliminated, he goes back to high school. What a letdown. Can you imagine this kid?
Man, what'd you do last week? Well, I was in this baseball tournament, and now I'm back at school, so it's all good.
Yeah, I went to this tournament. I pitched against Aaron Judge, and I got him to ground out.
And I got him out.
How do you like that?
Out. Yeah.
So, but to me, listen, I'm a softie at heart. I'm supposed to be a guy and be all strong and, and grunt a lot and whatever I do, but I'm a softie. I'm a sentimental guy. The Czech pitcher, Andrej, I'm going to get his name wrong, Andrej Seteria from Czechia. I almost said Czechia. That's different. Czechia, which is the Czech Republic. They played in the tournament. They were in the pool with Japan and Korea. and they didn't do well. But this guy did well. Okay, so you want to talk about the epitome of just not of being a regular person facing these giants of the game.
Yeah.
Dude's an electrician. That's been his job for years. He's a Sparky, as they call him in Australia.
Yeah.
He's an electrician, and he only plays for the Czech national team. And he played this year, and he got, I have the stats in front of me here because I couldn't believe it. Dude threw 4 2/3 scoreless innings against Japan. He held Japan to no runs for the 4 2/3 innings he pitched. And you know what's amazing about that is that the moment he left the game, Japan turned it on, and they won 9-0 in that game. But my favorite part, which is this is the sappy, sentimental one in me, is when he walked off the mound, when his manager went and got him, and he walked off the mound, he stopped, and the entire stadium, all 40,000 people in the Tokyo Dome, stood up and gave him a standing ovation. And even the Japanese players were applauding.
That's
for him.
amazing.
So that's just
Those are the moments of baseball that just make it all worthwhile.
Yeah.
Like it just the heart stories like that of overcoming adversity, or a regular guy that comes out and just does something really, really cool, and everybody's excited about it.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what team you're on. So,
yeah, exactly.
I love that.
And that was his last. Also, that was his last World Baseball Classic. He's retiring
Right.
after this. So yeah, it was really cool to see that. It was cool to see the Japanese fans and all the fans there to give him his proper give him props.
Give him his props.
As the
Give him his
kids used
flowers.
to say. Give him his flowers.
Or
They say
whatever they
flowers
say.
now, not props.
I don't know.
Props, flowers, whatever. So of course, aside from all that, another big story is Team Italy.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me? Like, I have a very good friend, Ralph, who is Italian. He is a flaming Italian. I don't mean that like he's Italian like that, but he's like super.
He's proud of being Italian.
He's
Yes.
proud of it.
Yes.
He'd probably think I was nice that I called him a flaming Italian. Anyway,
Probably. Yeah.
but he has been so proud of this Italian team, and he's chatting us up on our text chains, and he's going nuts about this. But
yeah,
they stunned the U.S. If the U.S. had been paying attention, if Mark DeRosa wasn't such an outstanding manager,
and half the
he
team
may
wasn't
have prepped
hungover.
the team. Half the team wasn't hungover. They probably would have won that game. But you know what? You got to come and play. Like, you don't. This isn't a given. We're not just going to give you the championship because you're the U.S. Right?
Like, did you forget that this isn't a full season of 162 games? You only have a very finite amount of games to play,
Exactly.
and you have to do well in all of them. Yeah, you might clinch or get really, like, it would have to be a miracle from some other team, but the other teams, what they do matters with their run differentials and different things like that. So I don't know what that. But they went out and partied because they thought they clinched, and he said they clinched, and then he's like, "I didn't really say that." And it's like, well, you actually
how this works.
Yeah.
Well,
what's really shocking to me is that he said that before they went out, like before the game, like before any of it happened, and nobody corrected him. Like,
that's funny.
There was no coach, no other manager, no other like anybody go, Are you sure we're clinched? Like, we don't have to worry about it.
Whisper to his ear,
like
sorry,
you actually, other teams have to finish playing to determine. It's pretty likely you'll make it, but it's not a guarantee. You haven't clinched shit.
And then right, and then
that's
Italy,
what gets me is like, it wasn't like right before the game he realized or something like that. Nobody said anything.
That's the funny part. Nobody fact checked him on that. Nobody corrected him. But they ended up beating Italy, ended up beating Mexico, which I thought was a bit stunning. I know they've had a history of upsetting Mexico in the WBC, and this year was no different.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Italy's in, the United States is in, so they made it. So now, like you said, it starts over, right? It's the knockout round. U.S. plays Canada tomorrow, and we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, we basically have every day starting tomorrow, and then it will be done. So
can you imagine that this might be the third time in a 12-month period that the U.S. is going to beat Canada at something? I mean, you had the Dodgers Blue Jays. You had Team Canada lose to Team USA in hockey. Well, if you count men's and women's, that's So
why
this
wouldn't
could be
you count both men's and women's?
Because I'm a misogynist, apparently. I don't know.
Go.
Anyway, this could be the fourth time. This could be the fourth time this year in the 12-month period that the U.S. beats Canada at something. That's worth something.
I mean,
isn't
unless their manager thinks they already clinched the win.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
yeah. Unless Mark DeRosa thinks they've already won the WBC,
already
and he's
won.
like, "You guys, you can just take it easy.
It's fine.
We'll throw Kershaw in for 12 innings. It's no
Whatever.
big deal." Yeah, that should be funny. But the one more thing about the Italian team, right? What's his name? Vinny Pasquantino. Which, I mean, you can't think of a more Italian name than Vinny Pasquantino.
Yeah.
That dude he's been raking. He's great.
Yeah.
He's
had a really good tournament for sure.
3 home runs in 1 game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing in Major League Baseball. But to do it in the World Baseball Classic, unbelievable.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
anyway.
Pretty cool.
All right. So we've talked about that ad nauseum, and I feel like we're kind of done with that. But what's funny is that, we've got this very wonderful distraction that is the World Baseball Classic. And obviously, once every 3 years, it's very cool. I do love to see these players who are all about the money, right? They're playing for their team. They're playing for their country. It's fantastic. I do love that. But I would say that, it's been difficult for me to pay attention to spring training because of it, right?
Well, yeah, because there's a lot of players that we would be looking to see how they're doing, getting ready for the season with the rest of the team, but they're not with the rest of the team. And they're not only that, but they're with a bunch of other teams. So you have to kind of follow all the different countries for the specific players that you want to be watching. Now, the Dodgers don't have a lot that are in. Well, they have plenty of players, but so we don't get to see any of them
Well, there's a couple of
in the spring
some
training
of their
games.
other players in the system, the minor league system, that are playing on some national teams. But ultimately, there's not a huge. I don't think that's the case for any team, but there's not a huge number of players.
But Mookie played last time. Freddie played
Right.
last time. Kike played last time. Now Kike went, and he actually had a really interesting comment about how important it was, even though he's won 3 World Series. He has 3 rings.
Yes.
2 back to back. Having Puerto Rico on his chest and being with the team, even though he wasn't even playing, he said it meant more to him than a World Series, because there's just something about and I was kind of thinking about that too, that, the United States, you think about all these players that play in MLB, and clearly this is a great way to look at how diverse the league is in terms of where all these players come from.
Melting pot.
But some of them come from their countries, and I think it was Page's mom he hadn't seen in 7 years. And because she's from Cuba, and there was, because he's from Cuba, so they haven't seen their families, and so I think there's just something, the game is United States, U.S. has a team, but the baseball in general is a global sport now, and to have that pride with your country being you're back with your club, right? Everybody speaks your language. You're all MLB, you're all players. Most of them MLB, but just to have that kind of camaraderie and be we're from this country. Shohei teared up when they were playing the Japanese national anthem when he was there, which you just kind of, you watch them do their thing and they're happy and they're, they've got their doing all their things, but to represent your country and just to be back with people that get you on a level that it's because you come from the same place and you have that culture and history and things like that. I just think that's really cool. And I don't know that the United States feels any different, but I feel like we as United States citizens and players from the United States in all major league sports just have a little bit of an advantage sometimes over that, with the exception of maybe soccer.
Soccer?
Oh,
definitely
for sure.
soccer.
Sorry, for sure soccer.
What
you know
are
what
you
I mean, though.
talking about?
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That's for sure not but I just thought that was kind of a cool thing. And then freaking Bryce Harper's well, this isn't the Olympics. No, this is better than the Olympics, because it's specific to the countries and it values them as players. But the Olympics doesn't even have baseball as a regular sport in every Summer Olympics. It depends on the host country.
Right.
So the Olympics don't value baseball as a sport that should be in there permanently as a regular sport that's always in the Olympics. So from that perspective, it's kind of I mean, I get it. The Olympics is the world stage, but because baseball isn't part of it every 4 years, it also is oh, well, we're not watching baseball. Maybe another 8 years. I mean, we'll get to see him in LA in 28. But
who do you think's going to win World Baseball Classic? I almost said World Series.
That's a good question. I've been kind of thinking about this. I'm really torn between Japan and Dominican Republic.
Yeah, I have a feeling this is the DR's year.
You think so?
I just think so. I just
Yeah.
get a feeling because no one's paying attention to them except people who know everything, right?
Yeah.
Like I feel like they're rolling.
Mm-hmm.
They're feeling good. They got a good attitude. They got a good team spirit or chemistry. Like, I mean, obviously a lot of them do.
Yeah.
I don't think it's as good as, the espresso machine in the dugout and the double kisses after every home run, which is pretty cool.
I mean, the Italians have that locked down this year for
That's
sure.
Totally on lockdown, yeah. But I think it's going to be. I don't know if the U.S. even makes it to the finals. Potentially,
I mean,
we'll have to see.
We'll see.
You know what? I don't care because this is what makes it fun. If we see two other countries, Japan and the DR would be an amazing. Is that even possible based on the bracket?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think Japan is on that
Anyway.
side. Anyway,
Whatever, it's going to be great. So
Yeah.
I think the DR is going to take it. So
yeah.
all right.
We'll see.
So
Interesting.
now we've talked about the World Baseball Classic, and I was talking about how I haven't paid attention to a lot of spring training. However, you have been paying attention to spring training.
I have.
You've been to a couple games.
I have been to a couple games.
In fact, you were at one a couple days ago.
Tuesday.
In fact. Tuesday. Okay.
I was at the sneak preview of the home opener.
What do you mean? Was it the lineup?
No, it was the Diamondbacks versus the Dodgers. That's the home.
Oh,
that's
right,
opening
right.
day
Yeah,
lineup.
the Dodgers. Yeah,
Home-
Dodgers Diamondbacks.
Yeah. So it was good. It sucked when Glasnow gave up a home run on the first pitch.
Oh yeah.
But that was the only run they scored.
So it's like Game 5 of the World Series.
It was
Great.
fine. It
Yeah.
was fine. But no, it was really fun. I took my daughter and her friends, and they are always just a hoot to have along for the ride, and showed all their Dodger pride, and it was really fun. But it was really cool. It's always just a fun experience to see them up closer, and it was better attended than the other game I went to against the Guardians, which was
Interesting.
not well attended. But it makes sense since it's the Diamondbacks and the Dodgers. But
So did you hear a lot of Diamondbacks fans running their mouth yet? Because I feel like that's a thing they do. They're
didn't
quiet.
really get that sense.
Yeah, they're quiet up until the season starts, and then they start getting lippy, and they start talking crap to Dodgers fans around here.
Yeah.
And then and
We weren't sitting around people like that. And to be honest, at Camelback Ranch, it's mostly Dodger fans. It's not. And we sat on the Dodger side, and we did not sit in the shade. So I'm sure there was maybe some more of that going on the Diamondback side, because a lot of Dodger fans sit over there too. So, like I said, spring training is not the same as the rest of the season. It's
No,
just,
but fans are
it's
the
just-
same.
Fans are the same for
Fans
sure.
are
Yeah.
the same.
I don't know if you heard the when Kyle Tucker got hit by a pitch. There was a fan that was caught on the audio for the TV saying, "Easy, he's worth $400 million," or something like that. Like, made some comment about, like, careful, don't hit people, man. That guy's worth some money.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, yeah.
I mean, and also that's part of the reason why baseball isn't as physical as it used to be. It's because of all the money involved. 'Cause,
Yeah.
there was back in my day. There you go. I'm going to probably use that term a bunch. Back in my day, you saw guys like Pete Rose sliding in. They were taking out the catcher at home plate. They were sliding into second, cleats up, probably sharpen them before the game like Ty
Probably.
Cobb, just trying to cut people and knock them out as they're trying to go, do the double play.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, but that's okay. Whatever. It's fine. The game is what it is now.
Yeah, but
So-
it is really fun to be at spring training and see what. So yeah, we saw Glasnow. He went 4.5 innings, and that was so they're lengthening out the pitching.
Right.
Interesting story that you don't even realize the things that are happening. We were leaving the stadium after the game, and we went around the backside. So the Dodgers share with the White Sox at their spring training facility. So we're going around the backside, which isn't the closest way for us to get out usually, but this time it worked
Right.
out okay. But there's a game going on and it's Dodgers and White Sox on this back minor league field. And we see this going on. We're like, oh, wonder what's going on over there. Because they're in uniform. Like, it's not practice or scrimmage. They're in full uniform playing a game. But we're like, what the hell game is that or whatever? Come to find out later when we got home that Roki Sasaki was pitching against White Sox minor leaguers to get some more experience, and he had a really good outing. And I was like, well, he had a really good outing against minor league, which that's
I'm not.
important also. But I think from what it sounds like, they were very encouraged with his performance, which, I mean, they're not just looking at what they do with the batters. I'm sure they're looking at his command and his placement and his control of his pitches and speed and all that. So we'll see. But I think this is going to be, I think, a make or break year for him.
I'm sorry, I'm not sold on him yet.
I know.
Everybody was super excited about him, and he had some flashes of brilliance, but then he struggled. Now, obviously, putting him in the bullpen was great, although he wasn't a complete, he wasn't a guaranteed lockdown in the bullpen either. He struggled as well. So
no, but he's young and he does not have a
well,
lot.
He is young. That's fine. But at some point, if you're going to be at this level, competing at the top of this game, you better be able to hang in there.
Yeah.
So, listen.
This
I
is
don't
where
know.
the softy in Neil is not around. Not for this.
Oh yeah, no. I am on the record as saying I thought Kershaw should have retired 3 years ago.
Yes.
So,
yes.
and I love Kershaw. So don't come at me. But it's
No,
I just thought I just saw him. Am I glad that he got his 3,000 strikeout last year? Absolutely. I'm very glad that he stuck around. But ultimately, I think he should have retired 3 years ago. And I don't. So for me, the jury is out on Sasaki. I'm not gonna count him in or pencil him in anywhere until we can see him string together a number of consistent performances.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The other thing too is that everybody in the league's got more tape on him now. They have more video of him. They know what he does. He's going to have to develop another pitch at this point.
Oh yeah.
He's only got 2 pitches.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
Yeah, he needs to get a third one and probably a fourth one and be able to mix them in as needed. But anyway,
well, when you're in the starting rotation for the Dodgers, you got to have some shit because you got to have some stuff to deal because there's way too many guys that we have that are really, really good and have good pitches. So
I mean,
you're just
obviously Sasaki. With that being said, Sasaki would probably start for half of the major league. No questions asked, right? I realize we're talking about the Dodgers here, but I just, again, it's like, I don't care if you got the fastest fastball in the world. If you give up runs at key points in a game, doesn't matter how good you are, right?
Yeah.
That's just my thing. So
one of the things I want to point out here, though, that we will see over the course of this season on the podcast is that we've noticed that I am definitely one that gives everyone the benefit of the doubt for a long time. So I'm still on, I think Sasaki's got a lot of things going for him. I think the team is still very committed to him. It's spring training, so this is where you work that stuff out and figure out what to be working on and going forward with and stuff like that. But you also get to that point where if somebody's just not doing something, they're done. Washed up, out.
Yeah.
Get rid of them. Done. And I'm like, whoa.
I wanted Michael Conforto gone by the end of the season. I definitely
way
wanted
before
Tanner
the end of the
Scott
season.
done by the end of the season.
Yeah. And there were some by the end of the season for both of them. It was very frustrating, I think, for all fans.
Oh, I know,
to watch
I know.
That. So
and
that was tough.
It was one of those things where, as much as I had bought into Dave Roberts, I was still kind of like, what's going on here, bud? You got rid of Chris Taylor, who was probably no worse than Michael Conforto. I mean, I know I know they signed Conforto to a big contract and he disappointed, right? I get all that, but anyway, and that's what I said about Tanner Scott was that, look, new season, get your stuff right in spring training. Let's see what happens this year, because obviously if he has another bad year, then you got to start thinking about what to do with that contract.
Oh, I don't even think he's going to get a whole year. I think if things don't look good by July, he'll be.
Well, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, they let him go a long damn time last year.
Well, that's why I'm saying, and last year was painful because
especially August. August was the most painful month as far as watching our bullpen blow saves. That was unbelievable.
Yes.
I will still never forget. I mean, I said this last week too when we did our test episode. If you go on our podcast channel, you'll see that. Like I said, to me, the low point in the season for me was Yamamoto one pitch away from getting a no-hitter, and then not only not getting the no-hitter, but then losing the game because they brought Tanner Scott in.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Yeah. But you know what? Hey, it's like the meme says, right? I'm going to let a baseball team control my mood for the next, what is it, 8 months, 7 months, 6 months, whatever it is in baseball.
Well, it depends on how good your team does,
I suppose.
noticed that friends who follow baseball and don't have their teams go into the postseason are like, yeah, it's been so long since I've watched baseball. And we're like, no, it hasn't been.
I'm
wait,
watching
probably for you.
Oh my goodness,
but
that's
not
true
for
though. That's true.
us. Because this is the second year in a row, 2024 and 25, that we won the World Series. So we are playing all the way through October and watching all of those games. And so then you're at November, whereas a lot of people give, honestly, even if their team sucks, they're giving up in September.
They were done mid-September.
Yeah, they were
exactly.
done a long time before that and moved on. So
Exactly. So I think that we've got. So what do we have coming up? Right, we've got we got one more week of spring training. Are you going to look it up because you didn't prepare before
No,
the show?
I just want to see what the score of the game is right now.
Oh, there's a game going on right now as we're recording.
End
this,
of 3,
so.
Dodgers are up 6-3 over the Reds in spring training.
Okay.
So.
Super exciting.
Yeah.
That means everything in the regular season.
Yeah, they got 4 runs in the first inning though, so that was awesome.
Fine.
Yeah.
So what do we have to look forward to for the rest of spring training? We got 1 week of games left. You and I are going to a game on Tuesday, the 17th,
March 17th, which is my
Yes,
birthday.
that too. Yes, it's St. Patrick's Day,
And St. Patrick's Day.
it's your birthday.
My birthday first.
Yes,
Then St. Patrick's Day.
It's your birthday first, and so I splurged on some nice spring training tickets.
I don't even know where our seats are.
They're good. They're real good. I'm not going to tell you now.
No, that's fine.
They're
no, you
real
do,
good.
You do a good job. I trust you.
I got you something real nice. But we're going to go to that. That's going to be on Tuesday. Sunday. Listen to me. Tuesday at 1 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
Ish. 6 o'clock.
It's
5:30. Is it an evening game?
Yeah, it's a 6:05 game.
Is it a 6:05 game?
Yes, it's my birthday night.
Oh, I forgot about it. So
Yeah.
how are we going to watch the World Baseball Classic?
I don't know.
We're going to have to record it because.
But it's my birthday, and I get to watch the Dodgers play on my birthday. So we've lived in Arizona a couple years, and the last 2 years, the Dodgers have left early. So they weren't here playing on my birthday because they went to
Korea 2 years ago, and then
Japan
Tokyo.
last year. Yep. So I was like, man, and the year before that, we didn't live here yet, I don't think,
Correct.
but I came out for a game, and it was World Baseball Classic also. So, but we didn't live here then, so we weren't here on my birthday then. So, so I'm really excited to go see them play on my birthday.
Yes, that'll be great.
And I have not been to Surprise Stadium. They're playing the Royals, so I'm excited to see that stadium. Oh, we should maybe talk a little bit about the stadium. We didn't go watch the Dodgers play on Sunday, but we did go to Goodyear because we had not been to that stadium where the Reds and the Guardians play. So that was cool. That's a nice little stadium.
I like it.
It felt really kind of small, but it's nice. Like we got rows, 3 rows up, 4th row
from the dugout.
From the dugout behind the Diamondbacks, and they were just right there. The seats were like $40.
You know, I was surprised at. It shouldn't surprise me because
the lawn seats are $48 at Camelback Ranch.
Yeah. What surprised me, that shouldn't surprise me so much because we live here in Arizona and it's a melting pot of different people from all over the country.
Mm-hmm.
But there were several Twins fans at the Diamondbacks Reds game on Sunday.
Yeah.
Like that was just weird to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I know, I get it. You don't live in Florida, so you can't go to Fort Myers and watch the Twins play. But it's like, I mean, they're repping their team. That's cool. I did see I saw a couple of Dodgers fans out there, of course.
Yeah.
But
that is something interesting. You also at spring training, you do see a lot of different teams that people are wearing different jerseys, even if that's not the team that's playing. But they go and watch the game.
I always love seeing the NL West rivals come to our games, right? So like even at practice at Camelback Ranch, you'll see a couple of guys wearing Padres hats.
Giants,
yeah.
Yeah.
It was funny. We ran into that family from Canada when we went to the spring training, or the first day was February 13th, I think it was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we went there. We talked to that family from Canada, and they were doing the thumbs down to the Dodgers logo, but they were taking a picture next to it, right? So it's like. It was just fun.
Giant. They were doing a photo op. There's a giant LA that you can stand on either side and take a picture. But they were there with their hats and doing this. And
yeah, exactly. It was funny.
But it's but you're at practice. You drove here and came in here on purpose. So okay.
Well, their family was here for their daughter's volleyball tournament. The fact they came was here and saw it was pretty good. So yeah, it was fun. It was fun. I guess for me, and this is just how I am. I love going to the games. I enjoy baseball, so I'll sit and watch a game, even even if I don't know anybody who's playing, right?
Yeah.
If it's just a bunch of, double A kids they have are getting some playing time on the bigger stage, I like to watch baseball. But for spring training, I actually kind of like going to practice, just watching practice a little more than even the games themselves.
Yeah.
Because you get to see the players and they're a little more casual and you see them talking to each other and you see some of the chemistry going on and you watch
So
them.
great.
You watch them run their drills just like everybody else does, just like you're supposed to, just like you get taught when you're a kid, right?
Yep.
I coached softball for years, so seeing these people, these kids do their drills and put the work in, and then seeing major leaguers do the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great thing for me as an ex-coach.
Yeah.
So I do love that.
It's really fun because it's just, you think about, you can just go stand right up at the fence, behind home plate, and watch them take batting practice and have live bullpens and stuff. And yeah, it's crowded and there's a lot of people there, but you can still see it, and you can see their faces, that they're smiling and laughing.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, like when I was at I think I went to a practice that you didn't, and there was a kid that was like, Roki, and Sasaki turned around and he gave him a little wave. Like, you're never going to see that at an MLB game.
Yeah, unless you're one of the rich people sitting
and your
batting,
parent, it like the player recognizes you as like, oh, you're that kid that belongs to whatever celebrity or something like that.
Right.
That's what's really fun about that, is just seeing that there are people that come to spring training, practice, and line up. The gate opens at 9. It's free. People go there at 4 and 5 in the morning. I don't understand that. The only reason to get there that early is to get a good spot along the line where the players go in and out. But if you get in there, first of all, you're going to stand in line for hours until 9 o'clock. And then at 9 o'clock, the players aren't out yet. 10:30. I mean, they might come out a little before that, and it's like a couple of them come from this direction. The pitchers come from over on the other side. So you really don't see much until 10:30.
Right.
So you're out there for all that time. And honestly, if you're just going to stand at the fence and hope to get an autograph, there's so much more to it than that.
Some people are just that dedicated.
I know.
Though.
And I get it. I'm sure there's people that just want that kind of stuff. But just really quick. Blake Snell signed a ball for a little kid who had this mop of curly hair. And he goes, hey, man. I mean, this kid was like 3, like little kid. Hey, you got the Miggy Rowe fro, man. It's like, you're not going to get that kind of interaction with Blake Snell anywhere else. And he's not throwing right now. So he's out with the team and, all that stuff. So he'll come up and he'll sign stuff and just interact. So that's what's really fun. And you miss out on things like that when that happened to be at that place. But I don't know. It's just a fun, relaxed atmosphere. It helps you just love your team more, I think, because you get to see. For me, that's what it is. I just love watching them have fun together, joke around. It was so great a couple weeks ago. Well, it's probably been 3 weeks ago now, when Vesia did his bullpen against Ohtani and struck him out. And he did his, and Shohei turns around and he walks out of the batter's box, and there's like Muncy and a couple other guys and stuff. And he's just smiling like, yep, he got me, and laughing. And the entire crowd that's there watching starts laughing and then gives him an ovation, because they just know what this means for Vesia to be back and striking out Ohtani. And and then you feel that camaraderie with everybody, because we all know that, and it's cool. So I don't know. That's what I love about spring training. And also, what I don't love about the games, which I think this is where this comes from too, is the game experience is only good if you are sitting in a place where other people like to watch the game. And it has to be probably behind home plate, because every time we go to a game that's on one of the baselines, people are getting up over and over again. They're walking down the aisle, standing there looking for their row. They get up again. They go get their kids some stuff. They're just like, can you just sit down?
Yeah, it's the most frustrating experience.
Or
out
wait
there.
until the next batter.
Yeah,
or
it is so frustrating that I'm with you. I vowed I'll never go again to a game like that. Yeah, because literally people have no etiquette, no decorum. They don't care about anybody else but themselves. And I get it. It's spring training, right? But you paid money to get in here, right? Most of you did. So you should probably be respectful. And, oh, by the way, watch the game. And if you don't want to watch the game, get up and walk around. There are so many things to do in the stadium that don't require standing up, sitting down, standing up, sitting down, standing in front of people, having long drawn out conversations with people in the middle of the game while the pitches are happening. Like, wait till the at-bat's over at least. And I know that that's going to target us as old people, whatever, but that's just dumb. Like, it doesn't matter what age it is. It's just silly. And I recall a time when people, first of all, didn't do that so much. And second of all, if you did, you had the staff at the stadium getting on your case to say,
or like, hold on, wait till this batter's done, or wait
till the at bat is done, right? Like, don't just the ridiculousness. And I get it. We have a lot of new fans in Dodger Nation who aren't they don't watch the game quite the way we do, and it's more of an entertainment option for them as opposed to it being a game that they actually watch. And I get that, but seriously, don't block people's view. That's it. Just don't do it.
But we had that happen when we were watching the Dodgers, but we were at Peoria Stadium against the Mariners, and we were on the Mariners side, and that happened just as much, if not more.
Oh yeah,
it's not exclusive to Dodger fans.
That's true. That's true.
It's spring training.
I think it's just spring training in general. It's like, I get it. This isn't that
not
expensive.
A real game,
it's not a real game, whatever.
But we paid tickets. We came to watch the game. So sit down and watch the game.
But I'm sorry, I don't want to watch the back of your butt while you're talking to your friends about something that you could be talking about anywhere else, man. Or
just standing there looking at your phone, trying to figure out what row you're in. Do that from up top.
Yeah, exactly.
And then go right to your row.
Just
when nobody's up to bat.
People just aren't. They just don't. That's just it's bad.
Yeah.
And listen, I know that's gonna make me sound like an old person, or you sound like an old person, but I don't care.
I don't care.
Just be respectful.
Right.
All right. I mean, and it's funny how that even happens at regular season games. Not as much, but like regular MLB games. We were in Seattle last year for the last series of the weekend, and I yelled at a Dodger fan
to sit down
because Ohtani came up to bat. What does he do? He stands up to take video of Ohtani batting. First of all, you can get that video sitting down. Second of all, you're blocking the view for a bunch of people behind you who also paid good money to come see Ohtani.
And everyone is sitting down right now.
I yelled at the guy to sit down.
Yeah.
Like, what an idiot.
If everybody's standing up, that's fine. But everybody was not standing up.
Yeah, it's one thing if they're all standing up, or if it's a moment where you should stand up. I get that. If you choose to sit down at that moment, that's your choice. But when you're the only person standing up, really, seriously, just the sheer lack of self-awareness in some cases.
And with that, get off our lawn.
That's right. That's right. Get off our lawn. So this week is coming up this weekend, and next weekend's the last week of spring training.
It is. We're 2 weeks out from opening day today.
And then we're going to get into our predictions for the season. We're going to talk about that on the next show. We'll figure out who we think is going to have a great season, and we're going to maybe we'll see what we think the other teams in our division are going to do, because I have some opinions on that for sure. But yeah. Well,
I'm not aware of those opinions yet. That will be exciting.
Well, I'm keeping it from you. I'm keeping secrets from you, babe.
I haven't formed any opinions yet, so I guess
that's not true. You have opinions about everything all the time.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's the end of our very first episode of this wonderful podcast.
Official podcast.
Very
first under our belts.
Very official. Very official.
Yes.
So, hey, we hope that you enjoyed what we're doing here. Hope we do enjoy what we're doing here. Please like our podcast, subscribe to us, follow us wherever you get your podcasts. We're also doing the video, of course, on YouTube and on Spotify. Follow us on social media. Our handle is Til Dodgers Do Us Part on Facebook, on YouTube, of course, on Instagram, and on TikTok. And, by the way, sometimes we'll do some special things on TikTok that we won't do anywhere else, but you'll see that. Just, hey, follow all that stuff, subscribe to us, and join us on this incredible journey we're going to take, just being a married couple who loves the Dodgers.
Yeah.
All right. So we will see you next time.
Go Dodgers.